It's the Game
I kind of want a Demonic Tutor, huh? Well, that's a cool card. Hey, Zach, 8787, thanks for the sub, thanks for 80 months there, the big 80. With a 67 streak. That's a lot of months. Does that make us best friends? We can be best friends, Zach. It's not a long line, you got it. And the cock line I put against the wall looks really nice. The whole reason I like ripped the trim off anyway. And I haven't had a bunch of 8s in my room today. All good things, huh? All good things. I think Philia might be the best card in this pack. I wonder if Philia is better than Mother Runes. Really good together, right? I think Demonic Tutor is at its best. Not in a white deck, actually. In black-red or black-blue, you pair well with Reanimator. And in black-green, you're trying to do like the self-discard combo with Witherbloom Apprentice, Smog stuff. But Demonic Tutor is just like a fair card in white-black, like white-black mid-range. I could take Torsten and try to reanimate it somehow. It's like not a bad one. It's not like a premium one, but it's not a bad one. The black cards are kind of mediocre, is why I'm not really considering them here. Some more mediums. I'm gonna grab that Ulamog. I think I like Eldrazi a little too much. That's what I think. It's a weakness. It's a sickness. Maybe I'm a size queen. I'm gonna grab this Corpse Dance, because Corpse Dance is a way to smack someone with an Ulamog. Corpse Dance doesn't work with the Death, right? Exiles. Need a sack outlet for it. I do just enjoy a good sneak attack, yeah. Yep, I got a disease. The only cure is more Eldrazi. You ended up with a silly sneak attack deck last night? Oh yeah? Was it sick? You sneak some fools. Really not my deck, I'm kind of regretting not grabbing like the early white stuff here, because Fifth Pick Flage feels late to me. I've heard people say they like Lightning Greaves and Reanimator, but like my only reanimation spell already gives haste. Well, Natural Order could make it Torsten. Maybe that's a consideration. And Channel can make an Ulamog. Nice, 1080 well. Yeah, it's fun when Sneak Attack, like, doesn't just, like, straight murk somebody with, like, an Emrakul or whatever. When you gotta, like, cobble together non-typical sneak cards. The old Sneaky Jeeky. Interesting pack, There's a Recurring Nightmare, there's a Lotus Petal, and there's a Troll of Khazad-dûm. Khazad-dûm. Recurring Nightmare, great with Torsten, terrible with Ulamog, of course. And the Troll's a good one to reanimate it and also makes our mana better. I'm going to grab the Recurring Nightmare, but I think that's actually kind of hard, Mother of Runes Wheeling, so there's only one other white drafter. I say other, but I'm not white. There's only one white drafter. Yeah, I'm going to grab Proving Ground. We could end up like with a Sneak Attack or whatever later. So we got this Natural Order and this Recurring Nightmare and a couple cards that work well with both of them, but we don't have any creatures to sack. Just kind of assuming we'll get there. We don't have any ways of binning them either. Favoring Netherbloom's a little bit better than Cankerbloom, I think. Usually Cankerbloom chills in the sideboard, but it does sack to Natural Order, right? That'd do. Little on-color Mox there. Don't hate that. If the Mox Jet wasn't here, I think I would take Reanimate over Chrome Mox, and then Chrome Mox over whatever the next card would be. Probably Shallow Grave, because we have the Corpse Dance already. Probably wheel that Shallow Grave, though. I am going to take the Witherbloom Apprentice over Fintorn Elves. That's what I'm going to do. And the reason I'm valuing Witherbloom Apprentice a little bit higher than usual is because we already have this Demonic Tutor. So if we get the Chain of Smog, we're just going to have like a fairly consistent combo. Oh shit, what up? What's up, Sononoka? Would I take Reanimate over an off-color Mox? No, I wouldn't, but it being on-color did make it sweeter. Typically, like, Moxen aren't that good in Reanimator, but usually that's because your deck's full of, like, Entombs and Reanimates, and you have this, like, super tight little curve. But this game's got this big, thick curve, this juicy curve. Wishclaw Talisman can work all right if you're, like, Corpse Dancing and Emrakul, and then it doesn't matter, it just gets sacrificed. I think it's going to be a little slow in this deck, though. I don't think I like it. Oath of Druids doesn't really work with Recurring Nightmare because you need things to sank. Kind of just not my pack, huh? I guess I grab Reclaimer. The Caryatid helps. So Eska's Chariot and Pillage the Bog are both reasonable. We could certainly like always have more selection and just like Chariot's just great. I'm going to grab the Brutality, and currently it's my only way of actually binning a thing, and we kind of need to be able to bin things. Necromancy, I'm into it. Woodland, copy Dark Depths. You mean Thespian Stage? How do I value Pillage the Bog? If I'm already in green, it's just like, you know, a super good impulse. Higher than Imperial Seal, lower than Vampiric Tutor. Oh, that Woodland. Sure. Yeah, I can't remember if we've seen Dark Depths yet. I want that Faithless Looting back. Shit. Shit. Oh my. Very cool, Godzilla. Yeah, I saw him once when they came through Madison. Well, now we have Shallow Grave and Corpse Dance for these Eldrazi. That's kind of nice. Just need like an Entomb now, huh? Yeah, maybe I want to play Oath and just flip some fucking coins. Bog Wheeling's a good sign. Hey, sup, Mio. So far, the only way that I can splash this through the breach is this Proving Ground. And the Caryatid, I suppose. Okay. Okay. So this pack has Chain of Smog and Entomb. I think the Entomb is like going to be more contested and more important to my deck. So I'm going to grab the Entomb. I'm going to grab that there Noble Hierarch, I think. How am I doing today? Pretty well. Made an Italian-style lunch. Fried onions, zucchini. These, like, Heart of Palm style noodles. Don't really taste like spaghetti, but they had the texture and they carried the sauce really well. Shitload of fresh Parmesan. And then, oregano and stuff. Some fresh basil. It was pretty tasty. Sliced some leftover steak as a protein. I like Mortuary a lot. I think I'm still grabbing Birds of Paradise here. And then the rest of my morning, I was listing cards on Blue Sky. I listed like a shitload of dual lands and stuff on there. Lion's Eye Diamonds, Ancient Tomb, stuff like that. Trying to raise some funds. So if you're in the market for that sort of shit, I just made a Blue Sky post. I'm going to let it chill there for a day. Whatever doesn't get sold, I might throw up on Twitter. Whatever doesn't get sold there, I'll throw it up on Facebook. I'm going to take Generous Scent over Emperor Bones. It's not like the most embarrassing thing to Recurring Nightmare. Helps the mana a little bit. Oh, this is sick, huh? This is sick. We got Life, Death, Grief. Scrapwork Mud would actually give me a discard outlet, which I'm currently missing. Can I explain the decision of Noble over Biome? Yeah, Natural Order needs green creatures to sack, and Recurring Nightmare needs creatures to sack. And we already have a Overgrown Tomb, so like we grabbed its Generous Scent, and it's got like plenty of things to tutor. Obviously, Bayou is great, but another thing is our color combination is open. Like, see how late we got that Pillage the Bog, that sort of thing. There's an outside chance the Bayou even comes back, but Noble wouldn't have. All right, this pack. This pack has a Life, Death, a Scrapwork Mutt, and a Grief. Scrapwork Mutt pairs really well with Recurring Nightmare. Grief is like typically the higher pick, but I think I'm actually gonna Mutt here. Maybe we'll get to wheel something out of there. Ooh, I like this Dark Ritual a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna snag this Dark Ritual. I think I dig a Duress, huh? It's kind of looking like we have enough green dorks, although the Reclaimer's not very good. It's like you're just a sack to Natural Order. Duress is good, though. Get those counters out of the way. Looking at Deathrite Shaman. Look at him leveling Rumble. I think I'm going to grab that Rumble. And the Chain of Smog did wheel nice. Yeah, the creature count's a little low. Because, like, the Generous Scent and these four... It's a little low for sacking to Nightmare and stuff. And Natural Order is all. So maybe the Duress becomes a sideboard card. Hey, look at that Bayou wheel. Look at that. And the Mortuary Wield. I think we can cut this Zagoth Triome. Think about Verge versus Copperline Gorge, Verge is probably better. They both play Dorks on one. You think this deck can kill turn one? Well, I guess it can, huh? Dark Ritual off of Moxjet. And then play a Forest. Play the Witherbloom. Play the Chain of Smog. Not very likely, but technically possible. Yeah, I think the Duress has to come out. Be a sideboard card. Malevolent Rumble plays well with Recurring Nightmare, at least. We could get away with 16 lands with this shell, because we got some Mana Dorks and a Dark Ritual in there. I think I like 16 lands, but I do need one more cut still. And that's very difficult. Maybe Recurring Nightmare's the cut. Or maybe it's the Wishclaw Talisman. Wishclaw plays pretty well with the Apprentice combo, though. You want to cut Ulamog? I actually don't hate that. Well, I kind of hate that. The thing is, like, I'm always going to be entombing for Emrakul. I'm never entombing for Ulamog, but I'm not always going to have the entomb, right? For natural discard outlets, I just have Mutt, Collective Brutality. Yeah, it's just those two. But it is, like, another way, right? Another thing. Yeah, it's not a crazy idea. It also means that, like, the Rumble shuffles my graveyard a little bit less often if I cut the Ulamog. But, like, Through the Breach wants to pair with it. I guess Breaching, Torsten, and Primus are both fine. Alright. We'll try it your way. Four reanimates and 2.5 tutors is a lot. It's not. The more of that stuff you have, the more consistently you do the thing, right? 10 green sources is a shitload. 11 black sources. Hot diggity. Breach is castable. We've got Proving Ground that we can tutor for with the Generous Scent, and then we got a Copperline Gorge, a Birds of Paradise, Sylvan Caryatid. I might throw a basic mountain in here too. But currently we're at like 1, 2. I usually don't count Birds of Paradise because it dies a lot. So right now we're on like 4-ish red sources. I think I'm gonna go up to 5. Oh, add an extra land. Oh, give me that Swamp Bank. Hey, up, Bartaboos. So I did sign up for this. It doesn't look like it's gonna fire, but there's a chance. Would Bajuka Bog see a bit of play if it was in the cube? Yeah, I would probably main deck it in some decks. If I'm playing crop rotation anyway, if I'm playing the and the creatures that tutor for lands. UT Corpse Dance back, Generous Ent, untap, second to Natural Order. Is that a line I should have thought about? Just gonna cycle the Proving Ground here. Looks like worst case they're gonna get Ent. Well, they get here. They're gonna go get a Traxa with this. So Duress is coming in. Be nice if we were Duressing. Think about Demonic Tutoring for a Duress. And then going Duress plus Withered Bloom Apprentice on my 3. Set up Chain of Smog. Yeah, not gonna surprise them. Then it's the combo. I could just rip Dark Ritual. Could have played for a turn 3 kill. So, can I play that crab? Merge, sack this for 2. It would just be like playing it for 6, right? I think their mana is short. And a second black source currently. I don't understand the point of this Vamp tutoring. Are they hoping that I'm gonna like misclick or something? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just like looking at the deck, looking at their. Pretty hard one to misclick because we're literally just like clicking the same cards over and over and we're the same targets. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't just jam the Apprentice on 2. Well, I guess they didn't have a second black source for the Liliana anyway. We were probably just fine. It felt right, though, right? It felt right taking the turn to rest them. Asshole move to not concede. They did concede. What are you talking about? Not everybody's like super familiar with the combo and stuff, right? I'll be thinking, muddling, making plans for sideboarding and all that stuff. Oh shit, what up? Hi Wheeltron, thanks to the solid, thanks to 11 months there. Can someone explain the combo? Sure. So Witherbloom says, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses life and you gain life. And then Chain of Smog is target player discards 2 cards. That player may copy this spell and may choose a new target for that copy. So you play this Witherbloom Apprentice, then you target yourself with Chain of Smog. You lose your whole hand, but you get to copy it as many times as you want until your opponent's dead. The weakness of the combo is that like you're vulnerable to duress effects, you know, on the Chain of Smog, and you're vulnerable to removal on the Witherbloom Apprentice, right? Like a single shock disrupts your combo. And you can't protect it with counter magic, like Splinter Twin and stuff. You can't like use Force of Will backup because the Smog is making you discard your whole hand. So someone waits for you to bin your whole hand, and then they kill the Witherbloom. Pretty risky stuff, but it's very tight mana-wise. It only costs 4 mana for the whole combo. There's some good parts too. My my foot warmer is acting weird. Oh shit. Is this flashing an F at me? It might be cached. I've had it for like 5 years now. Try unplugging it. 1 second. Hey, it's back on. F for feet. Needs more feet in its diet. No, this thing's got way too many feet. I should probably get a new one soon anyway. It's getting pretty gross. Hey, llamas. Thanks to the sod. Thanks to the 31 months there. Once again, Dark Ritual would be one of our best draws. What were they doing? They were flashing. Tempting to entomb, but the issue is if they just like flash in crap or whatever. I think I'm gonna do it. We don't have a ton of removal for that freebooter, so it's probably just gonna get to take whatever it takes. I was hoping to do the Entomb Corpse Dance thing on an Eldrazi, but maybe I can still top deck. I mean, they're probably gonna take Necromancy. A Kanye West track into Hilltop Hood's Cosby Sweater. Back-to-back tracks that have not aged amazingly. Thought about Demonic Tutoring for a disruption spell or something, or like the Smog card here. I'm well known for listening only to musicians whose politics I agree with. I would assume that I have a lot of overlap with Hilltop Hoods. They're not fucking thrilled with their. Obviously, this track was made before all the allegations and stuff, right? Yeah, we saw like Liliana in their deck. We saw some double black cards. So I think it makes sense to pop their swamp there. Hey Triplin, thanks for gifting some subs. Congratulations to CDS Boy and to Easy Peasy. Appreciate you, Triplin. You forgot Woodfall with Exile? Yeah, with the Corpse Dance. Unfortunate. They did miss their land drop over there. Now we have a red source for this Through the Breach. That's good fucking work out, Tom. I win. Very cool. Sure. It seems like this was ambitious. Not firing. That's a bad sign, right? 64 persons not firing. Season's only been around for like a week, right? You have the same alarm set for cooking. You're like, no fucking way. It's your alarm to wake up. I've got some. God, what do I have? I guess I'm just getting a forest, huh? I think that like some Vivaldi thing. Well, that will turn off Witherbloom. Don't love that. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I want to Wishclaw Talisman for Entomb and try and Entomb plus Corpse Dance in the same turn. Just assume I'll hit a land at some point. I guess. Oh, there's scooping. Okay. I think there was a lot of game left in there. Bring in the old Kinkerbloom, I guess. They looked at our hand. Yeah, but what did they think we were doing? what did they think we had going on? Suppose. Oh shit, what up? Hey Chad Shuby, thanks for the sub, thanks for 74 months there. You love when the sub-anniversary is during Vintage Cube? Hell yeah. So they don't currently have Vindicate mana. I think I'm grabbing that to Fairy. Not a bad little rip there. Ooh. Recalling ancestralously. No, my nightmare. All right, just fucking untapped land. Let's go. Let's fucking go untapped land. If we had a Black Lotus in the deck, the Demonic Ritual could, or Demonic Tutor could ritual, but we don't have one of those. Oh, 0 net carbs. I typically don't trust 0 net carbs for processed foods like that. Zoom in on Tire. When you're dealing with net carbs in like a vegetable or whatever, like the fiber encases the sugar and your body doesn't like digest much of it. But when you're doing with like processed foods, like bread that they try to market to keto people, a lot of times they'll just like add fiber when there's like other when there's like already carbs in there and try to like use the fiber to subtract it, and it doesn't work. People that are on keto and people with diabetes and stuff will like do tests and they'll find that a lot of those quote unquote like keto foods still spike your blood sugar because of that, because they're cheating on the net carbs thing. I appreciate you looking it up for me. So we know they have a Vindicate in hand. We could just duress them, right? I think what I'm supposed to be doing is grabbing under the Mortuary as my land drop for the turn and try to surveil up something. Grab the Dark Ritual and chill as a line. I think I prefer this. Best zero net carb taco shell is just a big ass slice of cheese. Yeah, that can work. Or yeah, the lettuce thing. I've definitely had plenty of burgers with the lettuce thing. There's like a kind of fine dining restaurant that I kind of like in Madison called Heritage Tavern. And the last time I was low carbing, I would go there occasionally and ask for a hamburger without the bun. And they would like plate it fancy, so it's just a burger, but it's got like all the toppings like plated like you're at a fancy dining restaurant. And I always thought that was kind of fun. Hey, Mutant Turtle Hermit, thanks for the sub. Thanks for sharing that prime. Feels like they got a counter or something, huh? I'm just gonna chill. Hey, Bardaboos, thanks for getting a sub to Man Without Plan. Congrats, man. Thanks, Bardaboos. Oh, right, I guess I knew about that. Probably could have snuck 7 damage in. Wow, that was not a good Torsten hit. Holy shit. One of the worst that I've seen. You work in healthcare? Gross. Always roll my eyes when someone says they work in healthcare. Getting really burned for my through the breach timing, huh? Well, that doesn't really do much here. I guess I cast it, huh? Denies them adversary attack for a turn. Oh, we just listened to that a few songs ago, Numb Carver. Yeah, I've used it before, Patterific. It's worked well for me. Five minutes ago? I think it's 6, right? Not that it matters much. Yeah, Ponder Buddy, it's good to look into it. Like, there are some people on keto who end up having cholesterol issues. So it's a good thing to monitor and keep track of. But you should be monitoring your shit with any diet. Paying attention to your body. And different people have different lifestyles and different things that work better for them. But yeah, I'm only like 4 or 5 days in. I feel great. I've been eating a lot less too. Usually at night I have like a giant meal, and I've just not been having that because I've just been full from the other two. I think I want to shuffle that stuff in. Through the breach and such. think I'm in a spot where I actually want to chump. I wonder if, like, they've got so many lands. I wonder if it was actually better for me to grab the Ent and just, like, have 3 life if they just exile it again. Ooh, love that Atrivian. Wow. This opponent was very scoop happy. They're like 30 life. That's a bunch of attacks. I don't know if they've just like don't have a lot of other answers to a Woodfall Primus or what, but like, can I even attack? Like, I'm at 6 over here. I think they were just off it. And the government would hire actual accountants to just like fucking clean everything up, remove all that shit, all those weird loopholes. It's not popular with the average voter because it's like out of sight, out of mind, and most people are just straight up unaware of it. And then the people with money are obviously, you know, taking advantage of it. So the politicians just like have actual no incentive. Oh. I have to put 2 back. Fuck. Well, Caryatid's at least a little hard to burn out. Come on, land, come on. Hey, there we go. Actually, maybe I should be demonic tutoring here. I think I should have just demonic tutored. I think if I demonic tutored last turn, I'd have a win here, right? Like, this doesn't target. It's just each opponent loses life. Yeah, so if I demonic tutor last turn, then this turn I just go like Dark Ritual, Apprentice, Chain of Smog myself. And it would have been perfect with them timing out for the 1 ring. I got so excited that I could cast the Caryatid. I didn't think it through. Got a little ahead of myself. Time Walk, damn. God damn. Yeah, I'm kicking myself over here, fucking that up. There's like no way they're not gonna have interaction by the time I finally do it now. Makes me wonder if I should wait to see if I can like rip a discard spell, but the 1 ring's gonna keep drawing cards. That's not gonna like suddenly look better. It's a very aggressive Force Negation. Makes me wonder if they've got a Force of Will in reserve. Spell Pierce we can pay for. Thanks to the old Dark Ritual. Wow, I wonder if the other line would have lost, actually. Because, like, we ended up getting their Force of Negation on the Mox. Opponent just, like, trying to drain me of resources because I was so much lower on cards, I guess. And, like, if we had gone for it on turn 3, maybe they would have had a Pitch Force Negation for the Chain of Smog. Wild. Dress definitely coming in, huh? Benny out here forgetting how to bully Caleb. Yeah, right? Yeah, there's that one day he like beat me in back-to-back. Back-to-back 8 mans, I think. When I cut on the tutor, the demonic tutor, they might not have had it. They might not have had the Force Negation yet. Who knows? Maybe they didn't want to pitch a card. You really can't know without seeing the other side. I think typically people just don't counter pillage Sirs. I think this is just going to tutor a forest, and then I'll play the mortuary. That is exciting. And that's a little terrifying. We're going to use Brutality on this next turn to bin the Torsten and duress them. They thought about forcing the Brutality for a second there. So I'm going to 15 them. It's tempting to dirtle around with like Necromancy and the Torsten first, because the Torsten's going to get shuffled in, but oh well. So I assume he sacks. Yeah. 4 lands, Narset, 1 token. The token remainder is going to allow him to get the Monarch back. And that's going to give some kind of path to victory. It's going to keep me from drawing 2 a turn as well. So I'd say I'm very ahead here, but there's still some game left. I agree with many not conceding. We have Through the Breach now. This Necromancy doesn't have a thing to reanimate now. Grief would be hot. I could take their Paragoyf, the Necromancy in. Yeah. Sure. Teferi's nice because it does turn off Corpse Dance stuff. Hot diggity. Well, pulled off. There was a cute win. If we didn't have a reanimation effect, there was a cute win where you you get the stupid 2/1, the 2/1 that you can get back from your graveyard that makes you loot. The opponent was at 2, so that could have potentially been a kill as well. Cool. Let's draft again. Why not? Starting the day off with a trophy. I like it.